What is up, everybody? Welcome to another special edition of Outside the Cage. We got a Dana White Contender Series Week 5 watch party, and it is also the man, the myth, the legend, the bantamweight champion himself, Sugar Sean O'Malley Fight Week. Let's fucking go. How are we feeling, man? How are we feeling?
Nervous, excited. I'll say less nervous than I've been, though. I'm feeling more confident than anything else. I would say confident is the one word that I would use to describe my feelings going into this Sugar Show versus Merab Dvalishvili this weekend. I don't know, man. Everything's aligning. And I feel like he is going to knock Merab out in the first, second, or third round. How are you feeling? I know you got boots on the ground, bro. You literally got
Yeah,
boots on the ground. So after
I,
seeing that, how you feeling?
I'm excited, man. I think the Aljo fight, I was more nervous, but just anxious. And this fight, I'm just excited, man, because oh, there's like no doubt in my mind he just knocks Marab out. And I
Okay.
think that when he goes out here and he knocks Marab out, like we said, he's already climbing there. But I think if he gets this knockout here and he does it in a like impressive way, like he did Sterling, I think we're talking about Sugar Sean as one of the biggest athletes in the world, not just fighter in the UFC, biggest athletes in the world.
I agree, bro. I completely agree. You already hear his name put out there more and more, and with the perfect opportunity, with the sphere,
This is
with
it.
the dude. And honestly, the UFC kind of needs him to deliver
Yeah.
because the tickets have been dropping like a rock for UFC 306. The rest of the card, I'll put it up real quick since the fight hasn't started yet. The rest of the card's not that entertaining. I mean, not that amazing. It could be very entertaining. I misspoke there. But I mean, I think the UFC really needs Sugar to be special and make this a memorable night. I think the rest of these fights they will be pretty good as well because I mean Mexican fighters 90% of the time they just swing and bang and have wars in there. I mean, only a 10 fight card as well.
Yeah. Quick night.
So so a lot of people are really hating on the fact that the UFC is putting so much money and effort into making it like a movie and the production side of it instead of just getting better, bigger name fighters on the card. Where do you stand with all that? Are you excited for all this production stuff? Is it worth not
Um,
having as great of fights on the card?
I don't. It's hard because I don't think it's fair to judge the show yet and stuff off something we haven't seen yet. I will say for people who kind of just are just straight fight fans, like what's the appeal to that? Like, okay, I don't want to see a movie. I'm come here to watch fights. So I can see that, but it's also, I mean, like it's 2024. Like you see it with like other sports, like obviously other sports getting into the gambling side of stuff. Like at some point, this isn't just sports; it's entertainment. And I think that if you don't adapt to that, you don't change to that, you fall behind. So I'm not mad at Dana for trying to put on a show, a movie like Atmosphere. Um, do I think putting all this money into it is worth it? I don't know. I think if you just would have done a regular, not regular, but a fight card there with the special effects and all that stuff and saved a couple million, it would have been fine. But I mean, you have the money to do it. Let's go all out. I don't see the big deal. I'm just think people are jumping to the gun on like, oh, he's wasting money, like all this, all that. Like, I'm not mad at it at all. It's a fight card. It's a great fight card. My favorite fighter in the world's fighting on it. We have 2 championship fights. We have Ortega and Lopez. Zelhuben and Rivovic, I think, is going to be a banger. So, I mean, I'm not mad at it at all. Does it appeal to like the casual fans with the like big names? No. But I mean, I think it's gonna be a great fight card. I think watching a fight in this sphere, even from the fans' perspective, sitting at home, I think it's going to be different to see. So I'm excited for it all, man. I'm not judging it in any way. It didn't cost me any money, so you know.
That's facts. That is facts. We got someone jumping the gun here. One of our great listeners, Garrett Johnson, saying zero shot. It translates well to the TV. I mean, that's what a lot of people think, but Dana White did go out there and hire Emmy and Oscar winning directors to produce the thing.
Okay, but
I
like
mean, me
my
personally, I don't really care about all that, but
yeah, my thing is like, okay, it doesn't translate to TV. Oh well, okay, it doesn't. It's still pay per view card. It's a fight card.
yeah, my thing is they better they better just show the fights and not be cutting to stuff in the Sphere during the fight, which I
I
don't
don't think
think.
they cut during the fight.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of stuff in between fights. I don't think they cut in the fights. The fights are too big. That's the main attraction. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be hard, man, because like Dana said, like he usually has control over everything, and this is kind of the first one where he doesn't have control and he has to let other people do it because he doesn't want to throw on a show in the Sphere and all the special effects and stuff. But it's gonna be interesting to see, man. But at the end of the day, man, I don't care. Like you said, if they don't mess up with the fights and we just get to watch the fights, and you tell me right now the Sphere went dark and all there was the fights, sign me up.
Don't matter. Don't matter
Yeah.
one bit. So right now I'm looking the lowest ticket on this is on Game Time, not like we're sponsored or anything, but I'm seeing one for 611 before fees. And when they first came out, I think the cheapest ticket was about 2,500.
Would you be upset about if you bought tickets and like you were a fan, obviously going to the fights, like you're paying all this money and it's only 10 fights, or no?
Honestly, I mean,
Or
it really
are you more upset about the 10 fights that it is? Like if it's 10 great fights, are you like you're obviously fine with it?
I mean, I'm cool with that. I mean, in reality, most people aren't going for all 15 fights or all 12 fights of a normal pay-per-view anyway. Most people are going at the beginning of the prelims or even later than that, closer to the main event or main card. Um, so yeah, I think as long as the fights are quality, that's completely fine. And with the movie stuff in between, if you're in the Sphere, I'm sure that stuff will be insane to be watching. So you're not going to be like just waiting for the next fight, talking to the people around you, not doing anything like it usually is. So
I heard there's
not,
special effects within the seats that you're gonna be able to feel stuff like in the
mhm.
seats.
Yeah, like I don't know, maybe lights when they get rocked or something. Like you pick a fighter and you feel their impact a little bit or something. And one thing that's pretty sick too is you could, if you're in the Sphere, you could hear the commentary and you could choose English or Spanish or maybe other languages too. So that's pretty sweet. All right,
Yeah.
we got the first fight of the night now. Let me put your bets at you got Cagliari, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna type out the bets real quick. Do you have a method if you had to pick here by decision or inside the distance?
I think she gets it done by knockout, bro.
Whoa.
I like the age difference here for me. She's a killer.
I could see that. I might have to sprinkle a little if it still lets me.
We haven't talked about Grasso Shevchenko. Where do you lean with that?
I'm kind of leaning Grasso, dude. I mean, Shevchenko's not getting any younger. Grasso's still in her prime. I feel like Shevchenko's kind of on the way out of her prime a little bit. So, yeah, I'm leaning Alexa Grasso there. I don't want to say she has Shevchenko's number, but it's been proven that she matches up pretty well with her.
Yeah.
So, from what I've seen and the way they're going right now, I don't really know what big adjustments Valentina could make, I guess, that would put her ahead of Alexa. We've seen how close they are. So, yeah, I'm leaning Alexa. What about you?
Yeah, Alexa too. I think it's just her time younger. Kind of like the Leon, Kamaru Usman kind of thing. I think she's just better at this point today where we stand. Obviously, I don't know about all time, but today where we stand in September, I think she's better. Late line moving here for Cagliari. I got her in at minus 130.
Now minus 150. Did it say what she closed at? Oh, yeah,
I think
165
minus
now.
165.
We were going to try to get some high-tech stuff going on. We were going to try to have the live striking numbers in the middle right there where it just shows their betting lines. But unfortunately, we weren't able to get that dialed in today. But next Tuesday, hopefully we do. I don't think this girl fight will be as good as the last one. Or as entertaining. I don't want to say good. Wasn't good. But yeah, I'm expecting a more. I don't know. You're expecting another knockout though. 2 girl fight knockouts in a row.
I know. I need that.
You just better by money line, or did you better by knockout as well?
No, I just took a money line minus 130. I wonder if Shannon's ever fought this girl or knows her.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where Quebec is in Canada. I think Shannon's on our side, but Yeah, maybe because like she said, there's not that many girls on the Canadian MMA scene.
Yeah. One thing
Oh,
about the contender series I like is you like obviously we don't know these fighters like, a lot. Like we watch a little film, but like UFC fighters, like we kind of know how they're gonna start the fight, how they like to start fights. Interesting to see in the contender series, like how people start fights and how they like come out.
yeah, very true. It tells you a lot about what they want to
Yeah.
do or what kind of fighter they are. All right, I'll put your bet on the bottom right now. I
Or
don't
just
have
like
one in
people
here.
that have never like fought at this level in the skill level, they think they're just like better than everyone and they just like rush in.
Unfortunately, I think we saw a little bit of that
Yeah.
with Shannon last week.
Good takedown there, Calalari.
Yeah.
The Canadian was supposed to be the wrestler.
That's a bad sign for her. It's a bad sign for her. And it don't hit the same one. We've had someone we interviewed on the last 3 cards, dude. This one isn't
No.
hitting the same so far. I have to say this week I'm more excited for the Saturday card than the contender series. You know,
Yeah,
broke the
all
streak.
eyes to Saturday, man. I can't wait. This one's special, man. I know like we say this every time and like I'm guilty of that probably more than anyone, but I think this one cements him more than anything. To beat two grappling heavy fighters back to back. I mean, obviously the um Cheeto fight, but that doesn't really count. But like to beat two guys, like how many guys can like obviously like I don't know how many strikers, bro, have gone out there and constantly beat wrestlers. Like Connor couldn't beat Khabib, struggle with Chad Mendez. Like it's tough, bro. And Sugar's on the way
Yeah.
to beat him too.
Yeah, dude. I think if he can get by Umar Nurmagomedov, if he could take in Nurmagomedov's O, that will be the biggest one right there.
It sucks for him though, bro. That I mean, obviously he's doing great at it. He's a champion, but like he has to fight fucking so many wrestlers.
Yeah.
Just like the way the fucking luck of the draw was.
Yep. I feel like earlier on his rise, the UFC did a decent job of like trying to give him striking heavy matchups, but everyone kind of turns into a wrestler eventually when they fight Sugar. We even saw it with
Without the
Peter Yan.
armbar, fuck,
Ooh.
bro. She's gonna fall into a submission.
Yeah, that looks all right. I think she's all right.
Why'd she fucking?
That's fine. That's fine. Oh, dude, Austin Boshi last week was special.
Yeah,
His
he's good.
grappling. I want to see that guy. Is it crazy to you that Raul Rosas is the first fight of the card on UFC 306?
I don't think so. I mean, only 10 fights.
Yeah.
Young guy, Mexican guy, get it started off right away.
Yeah. I almost thought he was main card material. I mean, I would have enjoyed him on there over Irene Aldana and Norma Dumont.
What if they just went all 10 main card?
Just 2 back-to-back main cards. That'd be tough. It's kind of a tough round to score so far.
Yeah, I think it's the Canadians, bro. I mean, Kalari did a lot of good things, but she got to get up here and how to make something happen because the Canadians, I'm not going to say her name, the Canadians done more like in these positions, I feel.
I agree because, yeah,
Cagliari. Like, I think to me, when rounds are close, I don't know how they score it, but I kind of score like what I saw last, you know?
Oh, 100%, dude. I think Michael Aswell fell victim to that in his fight against Bogdan Grad, where Grad would kind of land a big one.
Dana told him he thought he won 29-28.
Yeah. Got his win bonus.
He got his win. He got his show and bonus.
That's elite. Dude, he basically won his fight. Dana told him his next fight's in the UFC.
Yeah.
Got all the money that you get when you win and a bonus on top of that. Yeah, kind of a big 40 seconds here. I think this round still is like up for grabs if somebody were to land a big shot.
I think the Canadian got the round here in the last 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. That's oh armbar? Armbar for Cagliari?
Oh, pull it.
It's hard to tell if she has
Oh,
hello. That's a good start. Didn't even need the scorecards. I was about to put it out there. Wow. It's a great one. All right, great submission right there. I mean, Pretty close round, but like we said, she was probably losing it just because the Canadian had done a little bit more. But then Cagliari comes out with a submission. I
Big
mean,
one there.
if you get a finish on the contender series,
Yeah.
high
You're
chance
likely.
you're getting a contract.
Let's look at what we like next here.
We on to the next. On to the next. On to the next. The next fight, we've got one very scary looking dude. And I don't want to butcher his name here. Josias Musasa taking on Otari Tanzilovi. Bantamweights here. They don't look like bantamweights in the picture. It's a little deceiving.
Yeah, I don't know if Musasa's fought a good enough schedule to beat this guy.
Yeah, they're both undefeated, but you look at the guys Musasa's fought, they're from his country, and I'm looking to see if anybody he's fought has a win in professional MMA. Doesn't look like it. Are you seeing that
Oh, really?
on Musasa's guys?
Wow.
At least on his last 3 opponents, it looked like they were all 0-1 or 0-2. A lot of that, though, in the contender series. A lot more than you would
I am
think.
going to go over 1.5.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I don't think either of those guys have fought somebody with a professional win, so I think there's a lot of unknowns to be seen here.
Yeah, I'm going to go over 1.5 here. The overs looked good last week, so hopefully we get another one here. Ortega Lopez, what do you like in that?
Man, so in this one, I almost want to do 2 snipe bets because I think if Lopez wins, it's in the first round. And if
Okay.
Ortega wins, it's after a round and a half. So, because my reasoning for that,
Let me see what the over is on.
Ortega's been a slow starter in most of his fights recently, and Lopez has been the opposite of that. But we saw in that Dan Ige fight, he was vulnerable in those last couple rounds, especially later in the second round and pretty much the whole third round. Ige was kind of having his way in there. And Ortega has shown that that's the way that he wins fights. Even in his last Ayer fight, it only took him till the beginning of the second round to turn that thing around. So I think if Ortega survives the first round, he wins the fight. But that first round, it's going to be the whole fight right there almost, in my opinion, because we know Lopez comes out hard. Maybe he does make a little adjustment now that he's fighting these high up guys in the division. You can't just go out and bull rush him like he was doing in the beginning. But I mean, with the way they've both been trending, you got to like Lopez. I'm going Ortega here, though. I don't know, man. Lopez just didn't show me enough against Dan Ige on 4 hours notice in his last fight. So, yeah, I'll say Diego Lopez for that one.
Yeah, I agree, man.
I'll back over there.
Your Lopez or your
I mean Ortega. Shit, I just said the wrong name. My bad.
Yeah.
Brian Ortega. That's bad podcasting.
I want to go T City too, man. The over under right now is at 2.5. Is at 1.5? I like it a lot. 2.5 is kind of weird.
Yeah, because Ortega could finish Lopez even before that if he does
I
start
could
to
see,
win the
man.
fight.
I mean, you look at it, man. I could see a Ortega by decision type win.
Gritting it out, just outboxing him in the third round when they're both tired.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't think. I mean, obviously, Ige showed it. There's levels to this shit, man. So you go in there, you can't fight like you fight these other guys, man. So these guys are veterans. They've seen guys like you a million times. You're a dime a dozen. So Ortega's been in there with the guys better. So you're not gonna go in there and steamroll him round 1, round 2. So I might lean over 2.5 here.
All right, little Ortega plus 147 over 2.5 or plus 145. I don't know what that first line is bet online, and they be doing all the exact numbers like that for whatever reason. I don't really know what the point in that is. Maybe just like they let bettors adjust it, and that's whatever their computer puts it at. And
God, man, O'Malley fucking went up.
Wasn't he? Dude, I swear when they first announced this fight, he was damn near plus 200.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm tripping.
He's gonna close like minus 150.
Yeah, because every single casual is going to be betting on him. Not saying it's a bad bet. He's just a popular guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta change our banner here.
That Zellhuber Ribovic fight is a good one.
Special, bro.
Yeah.
Ribovic is the one that knocked out McKinney, right?
If you're listening to this and you're kind of don't know a lot of names on the card and you're kind of just like, oh, I'll watch the main event or I'll watch the last three. If you're gonna start at some point, watch Zellhuber Ribovic.
Absolutely. Go watch Ribovic's last fight against Terrence McKinney. It'll only take you about 40 seconds, but he had one of the most vicious head kicks of the year. That's a sleeper for knockout of the year. It's not really getting much talk just because neither of them are massive names, but yeah, that's going to be a fantastic fight. And then we've been high on Daniel Zellhuber. We said it about his last fight too. His last fight was on the card in Mexico City, right?
Yeah.
Against who did he fight? What's that guy's name? I could literally picture his face. Oh, it's like a one or two syllable name. He's like an art. No, I can't think of it. He kind of has like a blockhead. I think he's from Argentina.
Oh yeah, it was an Argentinian guy. You're right.
Yeah, it's kind of like It's not Protez, obviously, but it's kind of a name like that, I think.
Yeah, I like Otari here in this fight, but I don't like the price, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go over 1.5.
All right.
But I could see an early finish here.
We're riding together here.
I like ends in around 2 plus 225 if that's available for somebody.
Ooh. Dude,
these overs suck, man. Time goes by so slow.
I know. It was you say it was 1.5 or 2.5 rounds?
For who?
For your bet on this one?
1.5.
Okay. Just making sure before I put it on the banner.
Do we know if they're doing the press conference or anything at the Sphere?
I doubt it. It's probably too expensive.
Yeah.
Because even when they practice, they've been having to do practices overnight because they have stuff going on there during the day. That's tough.
That's crazy.
Dude, all the people involved in that must be so stressed that it's going to work out.
I know. That's like when that shit's over, bro, you just fucking celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
One of those things.
As soon as it's over. Yeah, Dana said the guy that he put on this project hasn't been able to do anything else like for the last however many months. He's just been only focused on the Sphere.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so here's my thing on this. Obviously all the money, all the other stuff everyone has, like time and money invested into this. When we come back here on Monday or Tuesday and we're talking about this and we're talking about the card and whatever happened, like Sugar Sean win or lose, like what would make all of it worth it and a successful night for the UFC?
I think they just want us to be saying like that was literally something we've never seen before. It was like a movie and a sporting event.
Can you say that though? When they can. This is my thing though. They can control everything that happens that night, but the fights.
Yeah. They need the fights to come through.
Yeah.
It could be a super cool. I think if the Sphere stuff is as cool as it is, it should carry the fights, even if the fights aren't great. But another thing I was thinking of is I don't know what percentage of people watch fights either at a watch party or a bar or a friend's house where they're not really watching in between the fights like this stuff right now, all the fighter promos and the movies that they're going to be showing. So hopefully a lot of people are watching it. Like I know there's a lot of fans that just like chill at home, or all the UK people where it's overnight, they're just chilling in their room at 4 a.m. watching it or whatever. So they'll all be dialed in, but I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of people that won't even really be paying attention at all to all that. They'll just be like, oh, when's the Sugar Sean fight?
Yeah.
When's Ortega fight?
Yeah, I think that they're putting so much time and energy into the show itself, like, which is fine. I'm like I said, I'm interested to see it. I think that you have to do that these days, but like at the end of the day, I think if the fights are boring, I don't think anyone's going to care. Personally.
they'll still say it's an ass card.
Yeah.
I don't see it, dude. I mean, I don't see how Zellhuber and Rivovic could be boring though.
No, that won't be boring.
There's a couple of fights like that, but I mean,
there's a lot of these fights, man. Like, I don't think Sugar Sean fight's gonna be boring unless somehow, some way, Merab just holds him down for 5 rounds. I don't see the Grasso Shevchenko fight being boring. I don't see the Lopez and Ortega fight being boring. Obviously, Rivovic, Zellhuber, like, I don't think those are boring fights.
Yeah, even I think they did that where they couldn't get the biggest name fighters necessarily. They still wanted to go for the guys that that they like really think will put on very entertaining fights. Like Yasmin's on it, Edgar Chairez and Josh Vaughn. That's a banger on the second fight of the night. So hopefully all the fights are just bangers. Just
there's a lot of guys on this card that are like, damn, I remember his last fight. So it's like, it should be good. I think it's gonna be a good card, but I'm just saying, like, just playing devil's advocate here, man, because I want to say I'm always pleased, but I always give Dana and the UFC benefit of the doubt. I just don't want everyone to come on here after Saturday night and like, oh, it sucked, blah blah blah. Like, give it a fair shot.
Yeah, you
no one knows what to expect, so we can't say it's good or bad either way. I feel like if you can leave the card Saturday or wherever you're watching the fight and be like, damn, that was a good fight card, then they did their job.
Absolutely. I hope for the UFC's sake, because I was even thinking earlier today, there's some scary potential for this to be a massive flop. If the card was bad, Merab did just hold Sugar down and stuff went wrong with the production, that would be a brutal one to recover from, just with how much money's been put into it.
Yeah. Oh, Merab's right there.
Merab's in the corner. Yeah, that guy's from Georgia. That's sick. I respect that.
Yeah, Merab.
Bro, Merab's a likable guy too. Like his story, hard not to like. Worked in construction, came over here on his contender, or on his Dana White looking for a fight in New York. Dana was there for the other guy. I want to say it was Roosevelt. It was like Roosevelt Roberts or someone that was on the Ultimate Fighter a little bit ago. And Dana wanted to sign the other guy, but then Merab knocked him out with a spinning back fist in the first 3-5 seconds of the fight. And Dana had no choice but to sign Merab. And Matt Serra, it was when Merab was one of his guys, and he was on the show, so he was super fired up. And it was honestly a really sick moment. All right. We're almost here. Otari Tanzilov. I'll throw the bets up there for what we got.
Don't go by so slow time here.
Yeah. We'll try to talk and just make it go by faster.
Gosh, time goes by so slow. Longest 5 minutes of my life. 5.5 minutes of my life. Or 7.5 minutes of my life.
Yeah, basically 30 with the between the rounds and everything.
I like my chances a lot when I get out of the first. But that last, that first 5 minutes is scary.
Yeah, dude, especially in the Contender Series, because they could go out, feel each other out, or they could just go balls to the wall. Yeah. Dude, I don't know how Michael and Bogdan went all the way to the decision in that fight, because they both, the first minute they were trying to knock each other out the whole fight. But yeah, the first minute looked like they were emptying the tank, dude. They were just like bouncing around the whole time.
On the sphere card.
Yeah. Dude, facts. I wonder when Michael will be ready, because his eye was pretty nasty, but all right. Man, it always feels like such a long time on the walkouts, even with no music.
I know.
Dude, you want to hear a crazy fact about Kamel Otani, the guy fighting Cody Steele tonight?
Was it that he fought Pereira?
Yup, beat him.
Beat Pereira, yeah, and he's fighting at 70. That's nuts.
I want to say, is it 70?
Yeah, welterweight.
Yeah, okay. For some reason, I saw 55 on like.
Yeah, I saw 55 too. They're like at lightweight. I was like, huh?
Yeah, I was like, there's no way a freaking guy fighting at lightweight knocked out or beat Poatan. I think he beat him with ground and pound.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Was he the ground and pound or a sub? It was when he had no.
That win aged perfectly.
Facts. Bro, imagine he pulls a Pereira to Pereira. Goes up 2 weight classes and just stalks him. Dude, and then we also have a Contender Series returner tonight. Yosiri Belgauri, the Dutch guy. He's taking on the Japanese guy.
Oh, they're coming out throwing right away. This is what you don't like to see if you have an over. A little
No,
ground, you
not
like
one
that?
bit. They could get tired though. Oh, all right, that's fine.
Interesting game plan here. Go take him down early.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought that landed like clean for a second.
I don't think he likes on being on the feet with Musasa.
No, I mean he does train with Marab, so
Marab thinks he knows how to beat a striker, huh?
yep. Just beating a couple, dude. I was looking at Marab, like the names Marab has beaten. It is pretty ridiculous. I want to say he's beaten 2 former champs. Let's see. No, 3. His last 3 fights all against former champs. He beat Cejudo, Peter Yan, and Aldo.
Who?
Marab in his last
Marab?
3. Yeah. Scary, bro. Oh, that was a good knee to the body from Tanzidovi.
Did you see when Suga asked Henry how he let Marab take him down so easy? Or
Bro,
Aldo take him down so easy?
I was gonna put that in here, but I didn't want us to get
Oh.
taken down for some copyright stuff. It's a good fight so far.
Bro, fuck the copyright shit.
Yeah, it'll just get our whole thing will just get taken off, and then if it happens 3 times, they'll delete the channel. YouTube don't mess around with it. That's how they got Steve will do it, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I never seen that before. He went uppercut, he went knee.
Yeah, uppercut knee combo, same time. Maybe cooking up some stuff over there in Georgia.
All right, you can't go against the fence on Musasa. I'm learning that early, so I see the game plan. Because if he gets you against the fence, you're in fucking trouble.
That's where he wants you.
Yeah.
How you doing on time? You think you'll be able to make it till?
Nah, it's probably the last fight for me.
Yeah.
Once the bets hits, honestly.
You got another flight you got to catch tonight?
No.
Dude, is jet lag not even a thing for you anymore? You're just constantly.
Yeah, I was fucking tired all week. Fuck yeah, it's a thing. I slept like 12 hours the other day when I got home.
Oh yeah. How did Arrowhead Stadium's atmosphere compare to UFC 290?
It's different because Arrowhead was loud the whole time. Like I think at its peak when like a big fight happens in UFC, like yeah, it's just as loud maybe, but you also gotta remember like UFC, there's obviously fans of fighters, but like you're not a fan of every fighter on the card. And Arrowhead, everyone's going for one particular team.
True, the whole time.
Yeah. And I think UFC events a lot of times, depending where it's at, are like kind of 50-50, 60-40. This was straight like 95-5.
Yeah, it would be like a McGregor fight in Ireland or something like that.
Yeah.
That, dude, it looked so electric on TV, on your story. That Red Kingdom song, that's not fair. They shouldn't have that particular song.
Seeing that, I was like, bro, no one can win here. You can't win there.
Red Kingdom. That shit was
that shit's unfair, bro. It's not fair.
And then
how you feeling? I want to ask you, but yeah, how you?
Fucking terrible, bro. We're cooked. Dude. I think like we have a lot of really good players, but Daniel Jones just lost his confidence, man. You can see it out there. He hesitates, doesn't move. Like I was watching Baker Mayfield right after.
Bro, Baker's a guy.
He looked like a wizard in the pocket, bro. He just has the sixth sense.
It's just like you said, bro. It's just a confidence thing. Like Baker's always had that confidence, and a lot of people hated him for it. But like now, it's turning out to be a fucking good thing.
Yeah. Ah, man, I think Daniel, like when he made that playoff run, everything was just working well for him, and he was seeing it, and he had the confidence. And if he made one bad throw, oh well. But now I think one bad throw just piles up, and then he second guesses himself, which is the last thing you can do in that league because everything happens so fast. I don't even think
Yeah.
he's a terrible player. Like I still think he has the tools, but
One thing that I will say that I don't think people are being fair on you guys about is like everyone's saying, well, that you should have paid Saquon. Is like, no, because you don't pay someone if you suck. Like,
what's he
yeah,
gonna
he's
do?
good.
Make a
Like,
7-9? Yeah,
Saquon looked good. He's on the fucking Eagles.
yeah, dude.
You saw Jordan Mason yesterday. A lot of people can look good with a good offensive line and good play calling, but like, you got to pay Saquon all that money to suck? Like, no, you have free cap for the next couple years.
Yep.
Daniel Jones is the bad deal.
Yeah, even that though, like we can cut it off after this year, and 40 doesn't look as bad now.
Yeah,
All right, one round down for us.
got out of the first tier.
Who you got in that round? That was
It was close.
yeah.
Yeah, I was leaning towards Musasa if I had to pick a fight, just because I thought it was close, and obviously we know how we rock. We take the plus money, but I just liked the over there. I thought both guys we're both good enough to get out of the first, and then we're gonna put all our money on this last 2.5 minutes here. Here we go. Now we go. Now or never. Let's rock.
Come on. How much do you think the matchmakers put into account the division when they're deciding whether a guy gets into the UFC or a girl? For example, if a heavyweight has an okay performance or a light heavyweight, but the UFC knows they need those guys rather than a bantamweight or a lightweight or a welterweight or a featherweight, all those classes, I guess, putting on a decent performance.
Oh,
That's
I
nice.
think I think you still have to put on performance because,
Ooh,
yeah, like you're talking about like heavyweight and light heavyweight, you don't have a lot of guys in there, so you can't just add or stack another guy in there that's not entertaining and not good at all either.
true,
You know?
true. You can't lower it more than it
Yeah,
already is.
yeah.
I think with the girls though, like if you get a win and you don't look terrible, you're almost guaranteed a contract. Just because they
Oh, good elbow
more.
there.
Yeah.
Here we go. 2 minutes, baby.
Bro, Tanzi he throws crazy strikes on the feet, but then he also like has a decent grappling game, it seems like. Musasa's just a pressure guy.
Yeah, that's why I like the game plan by Tazilavi. Like, just slow the fight down, make it your pace, pick your spots, because Musasa just wants to go. You know?
And Tanzi has been landing the big ones, like when he does pick the spots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, don't engage. It's so hard. You gotta imagine it's so hard in that to like stay technical and stay patient in the pocket like that when you're fighting a guy like that.
oh my gosh. Couldn't even imagine, dude.
Here we go. Coming up on 1 minute left to catch the bet.
Come on. 2 for 2?
Knock on wood. Don't freaking jinx it.
Yeah, it was a question. It was just a question. I knocked. You got to be feeling good about Dallas, right?
Yeah, I think we're good, man.
Like, yeah. Maybe Dad getting paid.
But I also think to counter that argument, I think the Browns suck. So
Deshaun Watson sucks. The rest of them are right.
Talk about a fall off.
It's insane, dude. I saw one thing that
bro, I told you this from day one. I said the NFL is too close of a margin. Like, there's too many teams that can beat each other any day. Like, we know how hard it is to win the NFL. If anyone knows it, it's me and you. How hard it is to win the NFL. We talk about it all the time. You can't just take 11 months off and come back and be a guy. Not how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he wasn't really putting in work or anything because he just thought he was that good. All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh, imagine that head kick knocked him out at like 231.
We cashed. And with that, I'm sorry to leave you guys. I'm out. I will see you guys on Thursday for the Sugar Sean preview show, baby. Let's go.
Yes, sir. We'll probably give you all a good 7 fights on that preview. Something around there. We'll lock in and we'll pick them out.
All right, later.
All right, doses.